The idea of inclusion is important to me personally and professionally. I grew up in let's say, a family of well-educated parents. We were not rich, but we have enough money for all necessary things. And I didn't have many obstacles. I haven't noticed many obstacles in my life. But once I entered the job market, and once I met people who were specialists in inclusive education, I started to realize the importance of this topic. For me, it's important because we live in an unjust society, so although we do not face some challenges that maybe some other people face in their cultural contexts, the level of corruption, inequality is very, very high. We have a lot of poor people, we have marginalized groups, a lot of prejudices, and in the last 10 years it's on a rise. So it's really important for all of us who are in some position to impact society, to change it in a better way, to do something. So I really felt responsibility as a psychologist, as a researcher, and now as a Vice Dean for Scientific Affairs to do something about inclusion.
For me, idea is basically important because I think that those principles can guide us to make a better university, better communities in universities. So idea for me, it's really the leading principles how to integrate different people and different groups of our society into the universities and give them opportunity not just to educate but to develop better relations among each other, to develop better relations with teaching staff and administrative staff in order to feel better about themselves, encourage to go further in their education without feeling stressed or invisible. Collaboration with our colleagues in this training is quite important because here we are not here just in order to learn about new techniques, but also to elaborate what are useful tools for our specific context. So discussion with colleagues, it's quite important in order to map all those techniques that are useful for us and to think together with colleagues in order to co-create techniques and tools that are more applicable for our specific social surrounding. So this training gives us opportunity to think together what examples of great practices are actually useful for our context and not just to have some kind of ready-made tools that we just need to implement.
Diversity is something that we already have in our societies. Diversity is an essential part of any group, including societal group. So what is important is to acknowledge these diversities and to make them to be a value. But it's not important just or enough just to make them visible and acknowledged, but inclusion and equity allow us also to work and act upon these diversities. So what would I say that all these three principles together bring us is this idea of acknowledging diversity, but at the same time redistributing resources according to these diversities and allowing representation of different groups in decision making. And this is also the way how we create not just inclusive and equitable schools and education, but also inclusive and equitable societies.
My vision is a kind of office or service that first of all utilizes already existing practices that we have here and also establishes the new ones in order to scale up and to make the support to students more efficient, because we really need that. I believe not only that students will be more satisfied or happier with having this support, but that also they will be more successful in studying in an environment that is, let's say, nurturing and supportive. We can actually use the resources, human resources that are already available. As you noticed during the training, people are motivated, they are interested to do something like this. So I think that it is a good time to start dealing with this. We also have capacity to do a research and see what our students think about this, to assess their needs. So all things that are needed for a good public policy improvement are there.
My vision of future regarding inclusion and equity, I would say that I feel a bit of concern about these principles at this specific moment, when we can see that there are different ideologies which are not supporting either diversity or inclusiveness or equity are really globally present and on the rise. So today it seems to me that it is dangerous to be the other. And the message that we are receiving all the time is, don't dare to be the other, try to fit in. But at the same time, I would like to believe in the power of education and university. So in that way, I would say that now, more than ever, maybe, it's important to work on the principles of inclusion and diversity. So I would stay hopeful regarding the importance of these principles.